We are sorry for the interruption, sir. Please continue.
Okay. So, sorry. I have to share again.
Yeah, please, you can please share your screen.
Yes.
You was on the last slide.
Yes. So here I was saying that 215,000 children and their caregivers and 3,000 teachers in need for psychological support through innovative approaches utilizing social media and phone calls. Veterans needs urgent rehabilitation in 402 schools and new clean drinking water points are needed in 134 in Gaza and West Bank 24. Now, with these things taken into consideration, but the most important things which was missing is to take into consideration that the students' emotion. The students' emotions are not reflected in these slides, even in the Ministry of Education. Now, after the school they closed, all the students they have sat at home and they start learning through Teams, Google Meet, or Zoom. But now when they go back to school, emotionally they are disturbed. They are afraid of what is called COVID-19. They know what is COVID-19 and they know why the school are closed. But we have to, again, to rehabilitate them again emotionally and reflect on that and ask them even to reflect on their stay at home, how they manage, how they learn through, what is their opinion regarding learning remotely, and how they are, what are expecting now after reopening the school, what are they are expecting from the school and from the teacher. Also, the Ministry of Education now in the process of training teachers to deal with post COVID-19. What has been before, it won't be the same as after COVID-19. The situation will be totally different. So we need to train our teachers to be aware of and to change even their way of teaching, their style of teaching, etc., because of the situation we are in. This is my presentation. I hope I have done or given you a brief idea about our situation in Palestine. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. It was a great pleasure to be with you and to be a member of IDYM. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insight regarding Palestine, right? And as you said, that this is the need of the time because the students are quite aware, but they are scared as well in going to school again, back to school, right? Because it being a very long time, this is the need of the hour, are that we should have some more empathy towards them. Teachers, only learning is not important. We need to unlearn and relearn. We need to upskill and reskill according to the time.
Yes.
Only learning is not important. So this is the main time for all the educators all across the globe to unlearn and relearn and upskill and reskill accordingly. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insight. And now I would call upon our next speaker, and I would ask Ravinder ma'am to call Dr. Kathuria ma'am from Maharashtra. Please, Ravinder ma'am, take it.
I request everyone kindly mute your mics, please. Ankita ma'am. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So very well said, Gaurav sir. It's the time to learn, unlearn, and then again learn. Yeah. So now I would like to welcome our next speaker, all the way from Maharashtra, the woman power of India, Dr. Krishna Kathuria ma'am. Ma'am is having a wealth of experience of more than 26 years in the field of education. Worked as a founder, principal, and director of a school for 12 years and helped it to develop from scratch to the present reputation, including the affiliation bylaws process. Committed to bring reform in education field and help people. Ma'am has achieved many awards. One of them is like Ma'am is a multi-awarded personality. Few of them are International School Award by British Council, Top Performing School Educator Award by CED Foundation, Progressive School Leader Award, Bharat Shiksha Ratna Award, Doctorate in Professional Endorsement, Outstanding Principal Performer by MD in Education, Lifetime Achievement Award by National School Award. And ma'am has also been awarded as a Principal of the Year 2021. Congratulations, ma'am. So over to you, ma'am. Looking forward for your insights. Proceed.
Thank you so much, Raminder ma'am, for such a wonderful introduction. And thank you, IDYM Foundation, for giving this wonderful opportunity to share the platform with eminent personalities all over the world. Here, today's talk, we are going to talk about the strategies of reopening of schools, right? So according to me, the strategies we should plan not in the way that these strategies, as Luis sir has already mentioned it in a beautiful words, he has said, if you want to do the planning of for 100 years and educate children, it is the similar way. If you are forming a strategy, you should think towards it in a long-term process. Now we have to learn to this, adapt to this new normal. When it comes to adaptation, then our strategies should be in a different ways, keeping in mind each and every aspect. Now I would like to share my presentation.
Okay.
Can you see my screen, Raminder ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, proceed. We can. Yes, Krishna ma'am, please.
Now can you see this?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Yes, so I was talking about strategies. So there are various strategies. Now, when we talk about various strategies, there are 4 R's to be kept in mind. That is, we have to reimagine the entire scenario now because we are moving towards new normal. We have to resolve certain things. If it comes in mind, then we have to remediate and reinvent. And for each and everything, what are we supposed to do is, we are supposed to plan everything stepwise. We should work in steps. So what is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4? Each and every step, whatever I have mentioned over here is, it deals from P to P of the school. P to P means all these steps should cater to, from responsibilities should be there handed over from peon to principal of the school, which we call it in our language as P2P strategies. Now, if we are talking about, first of all, our things should be in the entire school aspects regarding students, their sanitization rules. We need to jot down entry and exit norms. Bus rules should be changed. There should be new field rules, infirmary rules, and God forbid, if any case comes from teachers or students, so what should be our immediate action? That strategy should be jotted down prior. Then breaks to be staggered and canteen rules, morning assemblies. We have to take care of each and every aspect when it comes to school education, when it comes to school reopening. No, see, once this is the thing, we are not supposed to plan for a few months or something. Now this is the new normal. We have to adapt to it anyhow. And For this, each and every aspect should need attention. Even parents should be made aware of the things. Teachers should be trained. Then there should be plan for each and every activity. There should be plan for support staff. And definitely we have to follow this social distancing norms in the schools now. The ideal space, ideal classroom size is 500 to 600 square feet, right? So normally earlier it was 30 to 40 students per class, but now keeping in mind the criteria of 6 feet distance between two students, so we have to do it in a halfway. So the ideal class capacity in new normal should be only 15 to 20 students. Then there are three options. Each and every school should adopt to their convenience. So what works well? So before planning any strategy, we should take care of all the three options in a proper way. So here I'm providing option 1, that is split the school into two groups. Group 1, which will cater from classes from KG to grade 5, and we can keep their timing as 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. every day. And then group 2, which will cater the students from grade 6 to 10, and their timing can be kept as 1 to 4 p.m. Now, if we are working on this option, so definitely there will be some impact. So the impact will be for both the classes, that is from both the groups, the timing will be 3 hours, 5 days a week if we are working. So altogether it becomes only 15 hours a week, and which is normally half of the present time, current time, what we were previously working. But for teachers, it will be very hectic. That teachers are supposed to work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. 5 days a week, 40 hours a week. The time for teacher increases, and definitely transport cost will increase to double. Syllabus we need to reduce to half. We have to reschedule the timetable, number of sections will be double, and some furniture will not be age appropriate. Teachers spread out to teach wider group of classes. And if we look at option 2, same thing, we have to divide them in two groups, but instead of working for 3 hours, we can call them on alternate basis. Like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, group 1 will come to school, and Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, group 2 will come to school. If we are catering to this option, so what will be the impact? The impact will be, there will be around 18 hours a week. The school timing will be, if we are keeping 6 days a week, and then transport cost will remain same. Teachers spread out to teach wider group of classes. Few of the things will be same. Transport cost will be the same as the previous one. Now, if we are catering to third option, that is group 1 and group 2. Group 1 will be all grades, roll numbers 1 to 15. Group 2 will be all grades, roll number 16 to 13. The school time will be 8 to 2 p.m. on odd dates in school, and rest of the days online. And group 2 will come on even dates, and rest of the things will do online. If we are going with this third option, so what will be the impact? So the impact will be roll number 1 to 15 on odd dates in school, and on even dates, online classes they will do. Vice versa, roll number 16 to 30 on even dates, and odd dates, online classes. So if we go about this thing, so the transport cost remains the same. Syllabus we can cater. Slight adjustment in timetable we have to do. Number of sections remains the same. Teachers continue to teach the same grades and connect. But the thing is, if we are catering to third option, although first and second option, we are definitely supposed to face a lot of challenges. But if we are going with third option, so 101% we have to switch to blended learning. We have to plan our entire strategies of teaching and learning in a connective way, collaborative way. Critical and conceptual thinking should be increased, clarification. And if we are going with third option, definitely a lot of cost will be involved from management side. And these are the few steps which I have jotted down for effective online teaching. First of all, we should teach each and every stakeholder, that is parents, teachers, students. So we have to teach them some basic etiquettes of respect the technology. And then for teachers, less content is more. Whenever you are taking a class, there should be fewer slides. Then experience the difference. Then method still matters. Pedagogy should be done accordingly. Get feedback early. Then the lesson continues. Needs more preparation. Even need more energy, because we are catering to both the things simultaneously, online and offline. And definitely it will need a lot of individual expression also. In a nutshell, if we are talking about strategies, our strategies should be planned.
Dr. Krishna Katuria, ma'am, sorry to interrupt,
Yes.
just a moment. It's a very kind and humble request to all of you. Please switch off your mic, please.
Thank you so much, Gaurav sir.
Please put your mic on the mute mode, please. Please put your mic on the mic.
Ghanshyam sir, can you just...
Ghanshyam sir.
Can I continue, Gaurav sir?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Host
Now, in a nutshell, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, when we are planning about the strategies should be at each and every level of the school functioning. It should be at management level, it should be at entry level, it should be at floor level, it should be for canteen separately, transportation, emergency response, communication with parents and students, and training and awareness we have to increase for each and every stakeholder. And we have to work more and more for sanitization and disinfection, disposal of the things, and each and everything we need to jot down. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's a pleasure to hear you. And your thoughts are extremely great, because we need to segregate the things. We need to divide the day. We need to mainly focus not on the entire academic, but yes, on a priority basis, the core area of the subject. We need to give priority to that. And our students are future. We need to take care from P2P. Yes, your points are extremely beautiful. P2P, PU2 principle, and your 4R. Just Ghanshyam sir, could you please put your mic on mute mode? Ghanshyam sir. Host can mute. Host can mute.
Ghanshyam sir,
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gaurav sir, and thank you, Krishna ma'am. So now I would like to welcome Miss Paulina ma'am, who is from Poland, and she's a teacher of English and a supervisor of the student council at the 3rd High School of Adam Macris in Bydgoszcz. Sorry, ma'am. I think I'm mispronouncing the things.
It's fine.
I'm extremely sorry for that. Okay. And she's also a member of English Speaking Union Poland and validation examiner at the National Matriculation Exam in English. Member of an international association for teachers and students, English across cultures. And she is also a volunteer teacher in Global Quarantine Conversation Club. She's an active partner in e-twinning international projects, former language expert for an educational program on Polish television channel 1. She's also a consultant for Oxford University Press regional office in Bydgoszcz. So I welcome you, ma'am, and looking forward for your wonderful session.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the warm welcome, a long introduction. Thank you so much. I will be sharing my screen with you. I hope you may see it right now. First of all, I must say I'm honored to be invited in the Seed Talks 2021 episode 2, along with all the noble and widely recognized educators and experts in various fields. I must say I don't belong here because I think I'm far too minor in my position, but I'm willing to share my experience as well. So I'm here to talk about the importance and value of technology in the challenging process of reopening schools, because this is the perspective I have had so far. I would say that technology in this process poses many steps for education authorities, parents, students, and teachers. And that is why the whole process of reopening schools and mastering technological appliances and advancements, it needs the careful planning on each side. Well, I would say that only the tools that are applied well within the classroom, either stationary or virtual, will serve long life and are likely to construct some sort of a continuum for our learners, also for the parents, whom I see as participants in the educational process from my perspective. My humble perspective as a teacher, also as a learner, also as a mother, will stress the importance of applications and tools we as teachers and parents may introduce our students and our children to. That implementation will serve the benefit of our future, of future generations who now are facing the lockdown of COVID-19 and who are fighting with all the inconveniences related to the lockdown situation, hybrid learning, hectic coming backs to school, and even more hectic withdrawals to their homes. As a teacher, I've been using numerous tools with my students in order to prove to be time managing well, and also to give them some space to learn themselves, to organize their learning process at their pace, the pace that is guaranteed by their family life, their mental conditions related to the COVID-19 lockdown. I will demonstrate some of the tools, not in order to, teach you something, but in order to show you what my students benefited from so far. So one of the tools, one of the platforms I've been introducing my students to is TED Talks, the platform with the powerful speakers from all corners of the world and all walks of lives, experts of all possible categories you can imagine: psychology, education, wealth of experience on one page. And if students are introduced to such tools, they may become lifelong learners at their own pace. It will help them develop their interests. I'm positive. Another tool that I've been using with my students, or range of tools, are the Google tools. These tools have neatly organized hundreds, thousands of offices across the globe, especially in the COVID-19 lockdown. Why not let our students organize their learning and not let us teachers organize our teaching with these tools? Well, Google has more to offer, because if you go through the Google tools, you may come across Google Arts and Culture. And I believe it is an amazing one, because with your students in the COVID-19 lockdown, you may access the world recognized museums, and you may experience with them the world cultural heritage, which I believe opens the door, well, to knowledge, to culture heritage of the world. And that is very likely to alleviate the stress and to open the horizons of our students being locked down physically at homes and social distancing for months. I believe it is a sort of escape, and we educators are there to show them how to open to the world being locked down. Another tool I've been using are the online dictionaries, which do open another door to resources uh, presented and organized by professionals, highly reliable, guidelining our students through this mundane process of self-education, because this is what it is about in some houses. Students very often find it hard to take part in lessons, and that is why I believe we teachers should let them know how they can help themselves. So online sources that can be used whenever the students feel like would be the golden solution. Another tool, the final one I would like to share with you, is the Quizlet, a very simple one. However, with a simple search bar, may offer your students, well, guidelines to any perspective, to any source they feel like, okay? So imagine you are a biology student or you are a student looking for some help. If you are a biology student, let's take anatomy as an instance. At your fingertips, within this search bar, you are likely to find many resources let free for other users to apply at their homes. So this is just another tool demonstrated to your students for them to help organize their learning workshop themselves. So summing up, I believe you should apply the tools right properly, and you should help your students to apply them in the time they feel like. Also, and this is the point for local authorities, to provide students with the regular access to the internet, because still all over the globe there are students deprived of this regular access. So how can they benefit from the educational process? Next, I believe the teachers used as tools in the classrooms and their constant supervision needs also the authorities' attention, because one needs to regulate the teachers' working hours, and we as tools, we also need to be helped. Also, I would highlight the importance of parental protection of our students online. I believe if students enter the virtual world, it is extremely risky for them, because they, as youngsters, very often are unable to maintain their privacy, and they do reveal the sensitive data concerning and relating to their location and the safety of their relatives. So I believe they should be taught the online don'ts of not revealing the sensitive data. And I believe many classrooms lack this knowledge. And I believe it should be highlighted in such a meeting that teenagers and students' safety online should be one of the key points of staying safe. Okay. That would be it from me, from my humble perspective as a teacher and as a mother. Once again, I would like to thank everyone, the organizers and the hosts, for inviting me and having me in this noble company. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Paulina, ma'am. Your thoughts are, I tell you one thing very honestly, because we are living into 21st century, and we had our first seat talk on artificial intelligence versus human intelligence. And right now, you just mentioned about the technology we have and what sort of things we can do for our children. Our children can access anything from everywhere. but we need to make sure that they do not access any wrong information, because on the internet there are everything, and this is the time to adapt the new changes and push yourself to the change curve according to the positivity and to their own well-being for their personal development and professional development, if I tell you. And thank you so much for your wonderful thoughts. And now I will ask my co-host Raminda ma'am to call upon our next speaker of the day, Balachandra sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paulina ma'am. Thank you, Gaurav sir. So now I would like to call our next eminent speaker all the way from Tamil Nadu, Dr. L. Balachandra sir, a multi-awarded personality. He has been awarded as the best principal, the most enterprising leader, the dynamic leader, progressive principal, Indian icon, lifetime achievement in the field of education, inspiring school leader, effective global leader 2020, excellent visionary leadership, and many, many, many other awards. 37 years of rich experience in ICSC, CBSC matriculation boards as academic coordinator. Sir has served as a vice principal, principal, and senior principal, and is the leadership coach, orator, trainer, and a resource person. A very warm welcome, sir. Please, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Ramendra ma'am, for beautiful introduction. And I'm really amazed at the way you are marshalling today's panelists, and especially with Mr. Gaurav Sharma with a beautiful and flashing smile always. And yeah, Namaste ji. And of course, and Mr. Ravi Shankar, the top leader, top command of igniting dreams of young mind, doing a fabulous job to bring that three powerful P's: Poland, Portugal, and of course Palestine, and they brought in the international flavor into it. And of course, I am really happy you kept me at the end, because I could learn, I could listen to all the excellent panelists. And I should not forget to mention Ma'am Krishna Katuria for the beautiful, lively way how to bring the children to the school. And of course, Mr. Ma'am Paulina, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, she told that how to take that IoT and how to segregate from the children. Having said that, there are two key areas I'm going to talk about. Number one, the areas missed by all the eminent panelists. And number two, since I'm serving the rural belt, how this COVID situation made this learning most affected. And before going to my talk, let me welcome and let me happy to welcome Professor Luis from Portugal. We cannot think about Portugal without talking about the football. And being a football lover, remember three footballers from Portugal: Ronaldo, Cristiano, Luis Figo, and Ibeaso. These three footballers made the name, and Portugal is known for architectural beauty. When Mr. Luis was presenting his talk and his thought on it, I could see a beautiful monument at his backyard. And Madam Paulina from Poland, they were highly impressed, and they were talking about after the economic crisis in 2008. Now they are proving to be a modern democracy in the world. And they want to be climbed. And now look at that, the way they're making the strides towards economic growth. Excellent. And of course, the Palestine, Mr. Mohammed. And I have an iconic figure from Palestine, Yasser Arafat, the chairman of Palestine Liberation Organization from 1995 to 2004. And he was a great friend of India too. So when they meet all these stalwarts at the same board, it gives me an immense pleasure. I'm really proud. I feel honored. And especially the moderators like Mr. Gaurav Sharma and Ravinder Kaur, and even with Krishna Katuria, with her experience she shared. So I'm going to make it very short, as I told you. Yeah, various strategies were spoken of, but only three key points I'd like to sum up.
Excuse me, sir.
Can you hear me?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Balachandra,
Yeah.
sir. We
Yes,
have less than 1 minute remaining.
Yeah.
We'll rejoin and then you can continue, sir.
Yeah, okay.
There is less than 1 minute remaining for this meeting. Yeah?
Okay, understood. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
sir, within a minute, let us rejoin and then you
Yeah.
can.
So disruptive management at its best. Thank you.